My Lord. Can I just thank the noble lady Baroness Smith of Llanfaes? I mean, that was a tour de force. And goodness knows we rarely agree, and I'm hardly a Plaid supporter, but I am from Wales, and I wanted to just reflect on just a couple of tiny things that she said and why I wanted to speak. Family and friends in Wales were completely confused about what the vote meant when it happened. They thought that have we just voted for assisted dying? It wasn't always clear the way it came over. They weren't sure what was being voted on. And they weren't alone in a way, because I think that when I talk to people, I also feel very uncomfortable that the Senedd were basically asked to vote on a blank cheque, as was said, because MSs didn't, don't, couldn't know what the bill will look like yet. Because you can blame us here that we haven't got very far, but the truth of the matter is, it seems rather presumptive for the Senedd to be asked to give consent in advance when we don't yet know if amendments will get through this place, how they'll change the bill. And that includes amendments by the noble and learned Lord, by the way, the sponsors of the bill. It just seems also disrespectful to this House and the process to treat the bill as finished, as a given, in relation to the Senedd. So, as I say, family and friends were saying to me, what did we just vote for? Have you passed the bill? And it was very difficult to explain, no, we haven't passed the bill, but you are voting that regardless of what bill we pass, you're giving consent. Yeah. It didn't feel like the kind of consent I've got much faith in. The only other things to add are that I think it would be wrong to see this as pro or anti-assisted dying. I mean, I was struck by James Evans, MS, who's a supporter of assisted dying, who explained the question before us today is not whether I support the principle. I do support the principle of assisted death. The question is whether it's right to grant legislative consent to legislation that's still evolving, still subject to amendment, and still under delayed scrutiny elsewhere. I think it's very important to recognise that the disquiet is not about assisted dying, but about the process. And then I suppose I finally want to say that I know that everyone here is, or the sponsors of the bill are very hot on democratic decision-making, which is in elected houses. And I did think it was very odd that this presumptive consent motion was given when there actually was a principled vote on the principle of assisted dying not that long ago in an elected house, which this consent motion appeared to undermine. The Welsh Senedd, such as it is, voted against assisted dying on principle. I'm not saying it should stand, but why we here in this House think we can wander along with a consent motion for a bill that hasn't yet been decided and say, oh, forget your principles, you've got to sign up to this consent or else, I think is bad form.